This is bad news, boys. So this is how I'm currently setting up. Good morning, guys. So it is week 4, Monday morning currently, and we're starting things off with a rest day today actually. I don't really have too much to film, like I'm just working basically. I've got a lot of client work to get through today, as well as an evening shift in the gym. So currently in the gym, I'm just doing 3 nights a week, a Monday night, a Thursday night, and a Friday night. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday are my complete days off, which usually I like to train on those days. So I've got like the full day. Monday is usually my busiest day, so I have a majority of my client check-ins and a lot of client work to get on with. So there's not too much for me to record today. I've got to do a few bits like the food shop. But what I did want to do is something I mentioned in the past few videos, which was go through my current split, especially now that I've changed it round a little bit. So the main reason why I changed it round was because with the running, I felt like it was a bit too leg dominant. So I was doing upper lower rest, and then ideally 2 rest days. So it wasn't like loads and loads. It was still 2 leg days a week at least. I've kind of flipped that round a little bit because I was doing deadlifts on one of the leg days as well, and it just ended up being quite a lot with running as well. So I've switched things around a bit. The other reason I switched things around a bit is because I was doing deadlifts on a lower day, the day after upper. So on that upper day, the day before, I was doing pull-ups, and then my lats were already really fatigued from that. So by the time it then came to the deadlifts the next day, it would just completely write off my back. And it was just too much doing it 2 days in a row. So this is how I'm currently setting up. So there's still 2 versions of each workout. So I've got enough variety in there because I'm not doing very many exercises in each session. Like they're really low volume, high intensity on the sets. So as I said, Monday in general will be a rest day, probably with a run included. But not today because yesterday I did a 10k, so I'm taking it as a complete rest day. But what I will be doing is starting from tomorrow with upper 1, so that will be on Tuesdays. Then a lower session, so legs, mainly quads on the Wednesday, together with a nice easy run. A rest day then on Thursday. Friday we have a push session and a run as well. Again, it will likely be an easier one until I bring in the tempo runs and the intervals a bit later on, and then I'll have to see how I manage it. But likely I'll do the easy run with the lower intervals and tempo with the upper body, well, with push in this case. So the day after push and the run is then deadlifts together with back and hamstrings. So this will basically just be deadlifts, one either pull down or row variation, and then a leg curl as well. The day after that then is complete rest, so to rest up from that, which will most likely be Sundays, and then Monday again is rest or just my longer run. So that's going to be the plan moving forward. However, with the runs, I'm kind of happy to throw them in wherever I can. I've sort of half planned them in for these days, but they might get switched around and I'll sort of do them when I feel up for them. But I'm still progressing them and doing my set amount per week. Week 2 then, well, next rotation is literally the same, but just different variations of the workouts. With deadlifts, it's still the same deadlifts, but back and hamstrings are slightly different exercises. In terms of calves, I've taken it down a little bit as well because they're getting very fatigued from running, so I need to take it easy on those. I will just be doing them on my 2 lower days, so calves on those 2 days and just 2 sets. And then I'll do my tibialis raises on the deadlift days, so 2 on those as well. So hopefully I'm getting everything covered. Abs is in there as well on set sessions. But yeah, I'm hoping to get everything covered there, and I'm hoping this will work better than just upper lower. Because yeah, it was quite a lot of volume, especially on my quads, my hip flexors and things like that. And also, as I mentioned, the deadlifts, they were taking a bit of a toll doing them straight after an upper body session where I was already training back. So doing back essentially 2 days in a row meant that it was quite tough. The next few days, and I was getting those tension headaches, and yeah, it wasn't fun. So this is the new setup that I'm pretty happy with. We'll see how it goes. If I need to make adjustments again, I will be letting you know, but that is the setup for now. So other than that, I'm happy with the rate we're sort of gaining weight at. I started at 80 kilos, we're now 1.7 kg up at the start of week 4. So I don't really want to be gaining weight any faster than that. It's kind of fast now because I started taking creatine again, obviously started focusing on my diet again, so I'm getting more food in, like a lot of it will just be water weight. But generally I'm starting to feel stronger in the gym as well. A lot of my runs are feeling okay. I did yesterday in the 10k notice my knee playing up again. So at around the 3K mark, I started playing up a little bit, and I could feel it. And I was like thinking, oh no, I'm gonna have to walk back now. I took it easy, slowed down the pace a bit, and then about 5 or 6K, it kind of cleared up a bit, and it was fine. So I do need to keep an eye on it, because it is a bit weird, the sort of pains I'm getting. But in general, when I'm doing my stretches, it seems to be okay. So I've just got to keep on top of those, really. The other reason why it might have kicked off a bit and started hurting a bit is because it was meant to be a slow run, and I did go a little bit faster than I would have liked. Mainly just due to the weather. Like, I kind of just wanted to get it done. It was absolutely freezing. I was soaked through. Yeah, it was tipping it down with rain, so I kind of just wanted to get it done. So I was going a bit faster than I generally would have liked. All in all, it was a decent run. It wasn't my favourite. Like, my lungs and legs were both feeling it. I definitely couldn't have done much more than 10K that day. The weekend before, when I did my 10K, I felt like I could have carried on for at least 20 or 30. But this week, definitely not. Yeah, that was tough, and it was pretty gruesome getting that 10K done. But we did it, and that's the main thing. So I'm going to head on and get some client work finished off with now. And then I'll likely catch up with you either on the food shop or tomorrow when we have got our upper body session. Guys, so little update. I am currently on my way to go pick up my car. So yeah, I had it at the mechanic in the car garage. Basically what happened, things took a bit of an unexpected turn yesterday. I was on my way to the food shop. I mean, luckily I was just around the corner from home, so I just turned around the corner, and there's this little roundabout, and then my steering wheel basically locked, like it went really stiff. So the power steering had turned off, so it was really hard. I managed to pull it over to the side, just about anyway, and it was making this rumbling sound. So I was like, okay, clearly, obviously something's wrong. So I pulled over, sort of had a feel, see if I could get it moving again. I was tugging at the steering wheel, nothing really worked. So then I googled it and stuff, and it said a few things. But yeah, I couldn't really figure it out. So what I did was I phoned. So I was sort of just playing around with it, seeing what I could do. Nothing really worked. I decided I'd try and get it home because I was just around the corner. So yeah, I just about managed to get it home. It was a bit of a sketchy drive, but luckily it was literally just 2 minutes around the corner. And then yeah, I decided to phone up the BMW number that comes up in my car to tell them what had happened. I asked them the question, and they were like, okay, they basically didn't know, because I thought from Googling that it was something to do with the fluid, the power steering fluid. But turns out my car is from the year where they changed it around. You don't no longer have it, so they don't have, it's all electric, they don't have the steering fluid. So I was like, okay, great, that doesn't really help. From there, basically what I did is I phoned the BMW specialist I usually go to. They were like, okay, no, we don't really have any space for 2 or 3 weeks. So that was great. Next option was to just ring the closest one to home, which was probably safer anyway. So it's just a local garage right near here, literally 5 minutes down the road. And he said, okay, I can bring it in and they'll take a quick look and see what they can do, but you won't get it back the same day. So kind of had to bin off going to the food shop. And then yeah, so I dropped my car off there. I said, no worries, just try and find out, I guess, and let me know. So yeah, so I ended up having to walk to work and stuff like that, so I didn't really film anything. I didn't obviously get the food shop done at all or anything like that. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm on my way to pick it up now from. So he gave me a ring this morning and basically said that there's an oil leak which leaked onto the spark plugs. They've cleaned it up and it should be working okay-ish for now, but they have no idea how long for. It could just go tits up again straight away, or it might last a few days. Either way, they can't fix the actual problem because they're just a small local garage. So what I have to do is book in with a specialist like I originally tried to do, the one I usually go to. But yeah, I gave them a ring this morning, and yeah, no chance I'm getting anything for a good couple of weeks. I phoned a couple other specialists and they're all the same, so any kind of BMW specialist garage doesn't really have any space. So right now, I do not know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my best to try and get booked in somewhere soon, hopefully, yeah, just ASAP really, within the next few days or in the next week. But it's not looking great. I don't really know what I'm going to do in terms of getting to the gym, stuff like that. Obviously running's okay, I can just do that out and about, but in terms of the gym sessions, don't know what I'm going to do without a car for now. So yeah, that's basically it at the minute. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done and film. It's all not too great. It's also an issue because this morning I was meant to go get my tooth fixed, which I had a filling crack. So yeah, I need that redone, and it's been cracked for a while, so it's kind of overdue. And yeah, I couldn't get there, so I had to reschedule that appointment. to get done in 3 weeks now, because obviously dentists are always full as well. So basically I can't really get an appointment anywhere at this stage. I'm kind of just hoping for the best. I don't really want to risk driving it though too much. I'm going to see how it is when I've picked it up now, and see what it's like. If it feels completely fine and it seems to be okay, I might risk small journeys to work and to the gym and stuff like that. But I don't really want to risk too much. So yeah, I think I'm going to limit how much I use my car until I can get it booked in somewhere and get the issue fixed properly. I'll let you know when I get the car and see how it feels when I drive, I guess. It's bad news, boys. Yeah, it's just gone as stiff as it was before. So basically I'm not going to be driving it unless I'm taking it somewhere to get repaired. So now it's just about finding a place that will hopefully do it. And if it's not too far, I'll try and get there myself. But it takes a lot of effort, like steering around corners, so it's a bit sketchy. So yeah, I'm just going to have to see if I can find a place that will do it. If there's one a bit further away, then I'll have to get it towed there. But that's where we're at, so it's not looking too good at the minute. Like, I can walk to the gym. The one I work at is like 10-15 minutes walk, but it's a lot smaller, so there's not as much equipment and I can't do my usual training sessions. The other one I usually train at would be like 40 minutes to walk to, which I don't mind doing, but it's a lot of time sort of wasted that I could be doing other work at, because I do have quite a lot to get on with in terms of clients and editing and things like that. So yeah, I potentially might do that and just walk there, or have to figure out something else. We'll see. Right, boys, I have decided that I'm going to take the hit and just walk to the gym. It's like 40 minutes, I think it's like 2 miles. But I'll get my steps in, and yeah, I don't mind it too much. Hopefully I'll be able to get a lift back so I don't have to walk both ways. But before that, I've just made some lunch, well, late lunch. And obviously I couldn't go to the shops yesterday, so we're a little bit low on food. Wasn't really sure what to make. But sometimes I actually love doing that because it's like you get to use up all the foods that you've got, think of something decent to make. So what we ended up with is this lovely looking pasta salad. Most stuff in here was already open in the fridge or half used or slowly going out of date. So it's basically pasta and chickpeas along with tomatoes, sweet corn, sun-dried tomatoes, onion and half a red pepper. And then for the sauce it is Greek yogurt, some of the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes in here, a little bit of mayo, and then loads and loads of seasoning, so all kinds in there. And I've tasted it and it's pretty banging, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to eat this last slice of banana bread afterwards as well, and then basically head off to the gym on my 40-minute walk. We're on the way, about 15 minutes into the 40-minute walk to the gym. Got my backpack on, feel like I'm back at school, mate. Post school gym session. But nah, just trekking there at the age of 24. Probably could have driven my car, but it's just a bit risky. Like, the steering is proper stiff. If I was to like have to do a manoeuvre, even parking at the gym would have been very awkward. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's too risky, especially when it's busier now. Because it's like 4 PM now, so gym's going to be busy. I don't know how much I'm going to record, to be honest. Right guys, so I made it to the gym in the end but didn't film anything because it was very busy in there and I just wanted to get it done. It was quite a good session in the end. I did, yeah, my upper body stuff, and then I had a bit longer, so I got a good stretch in at the end as well. The walk wasn't too bad. It took, I think, 32 minutes in the end for the 3K, so yeah, it wasn't awful because Google Maps was saying like 43, so I knocked some time off it. But yeah, I haven't filmed anything since, so I'm just getting in my last meal of the day, which is oats in the form of porridge with soya milk. We've got some raisins in there, some cashews, a bit of dark chocolate, and then cinnamon and honey on top. Along with that, we've got a clear whey. This is also one of the new ones, the one I showed you in the unboxing from Prozis, and it's mango peach flavour. It smells really good, and I've tried it now, but it is really good. Yeah, as far as clear wheys go, it's probably the best I've tried. Even as far as protein powders go, to be honest. It is really good, this one. So I do highly recommend that. And then along with that, we've got a couple evening supplements. We've got a magnesium and a multivitamin, and that is pretty much it. Also, I do not wear glasses. These are not reading glasses or glasses for vision. These are my blue light specs. So yeah, just wear them in the evening when I remember to limit the blue light, hopefully get better sleep. Pre-run stack, here we go. I've just had a look at these, the ones I got in my prozis order. And this whole bar has 298 calories, so that is absolutely ideal for bulking. Some carbs there, and then a bit of caffeine and electrolytes. This is pre-run and lift. So my car is still not working. I'm not going to risk driving it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to the gym, train legs, and then run back, which isn't optimal, but it'll do the job. It's 3k there, 3k back, so 6k in total. I'll just take it easy because I'll have to run with a rucksack on. So yeah, be looking fly, but yeah, gonna get it done. So this one was really good. Yeah, you wouldn't really know it's a protein bar. Taste wise, really decent. Texture wise, it was a little bit hard, like a little bit chewy, but other than that, really good. I'd give it, for a protein bar, a solid 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, definitely recommend these ones because I've had so many before, so many different protein bars, and apart from Grenade in general, they're all pretty shit. There's a few different ones that you can get that are decent, but majority of them are pretty shit, and this one's a good one. So we are off to the gym. Obviously car's still messed up, so we're running there. I had a 5k today and legs. What I'm going to do is run to the gym, 3k there, train legs, run 3k back. Only problem is most of it's uphill. Yeah, that, and the fact that I've got to wear a backpack. I've got to have a rucksack on to have my squat shoes and all my stuff for training, because I can't train in these running trainers. Wouldn't be very good. Plus I need to bring water and all that stuff, so I've got the rucksack, doing 3k mostly uphill, and then yeah, we'll see how the training goes. Yeah, so training was okay, to be fair, considering I ran to the gym on this day. So it was pendulum squat up first, and what I decided to do was lower the weight slightly. I dropped it by 5 kilos. Usually I have 70 loaded up for 6 reps, but I started on 65 to keep it a bit cautious and then went for reps instead. So both sets I did manage to get 8 reps on. Still, yeah, like I said, a bit cautious about going all the way to complete failure. You'll see at the end of the set here, I do still get to the point where it is pretty tough and the reps are going slow, but it's not like out and out complete utter failure. I find these put a lot of stress onto my calves as well if I get like really low depth. Like I'd say I'm still getting good depth here, but yeah, if I really fold myself in half down at the bottom, I can get even more, but yeah, it puts a lot of stress on the calf, so didn't really do that. 2 sets of 8 on here with 65. Overall, pretty happy with it. It wasn't too bad at all. So yeah, after this then I went into the back extensions. So 3 20 kilo plates loaded up, so 60 kg in total, and yeah, just focusing on the lower back strength there, on the glutes and on the hamstrings. All round, this is a pretty good exercise and I enjoy it quite a bit, to be fair. This also gets the lats pumped quite a lot because you can see like the way I'm pulling the plates in slightly. Yeah, it does get the lats too. But all in all, pretty decent. Also 2 sets of 8 on that. So I missed out the calves today. Yeah, just purely based on the fact that they need more recovery. And then went straight into the abs. So the decline reverse leg raise. This is an absolute killer for abs. If you've never done it before, do give it a go. I highly recommend it. And yeah, so again, I think 3 sets of 8 on this one this time round. Yeah, the bench wasn't the highest point here, so on the next set I did move it around a little bit. But what I was doing between these is starting to do some plyometrics work. So I decided it would be a good idea to do some of that because my training lacks it quite a lot. I've never really done anything like it before and it might benefit my running. So I started here with some single leg pogo jumps. So just on one leg, about 30 jumps on each leg, which now looking at it probably wasn't the best idea because it is just more strain on the calf. But I was thinking if it can sort of strengthen it, get it more used to that impact, then it would be a good thing in the long run. So yeah, about 30 jumps on each leg, just one set, and then back into the leg crunches. This is definitely something I'm going to try and include a little bit more of in my training because, to be fair, it was pretty fun. It is something new and it will definitely benefit my running. So yeah, I'm excited to see where I can sort of take it with it. Then yeah, the bench higher now. So the bench on the highest point, meaning the steepest decline. Did 2 more sets on this to make it 3 in total and finish off the abs. I could definitely feel this over the next few days. My abs were sore for quite a while, so even when I went back in to train a few days later and do hanging leg raises, I could still feel them quite fatigued. So this was definitely working, and I'm happy with the progress on this, because a few weeks ago I was struggling on the highest one, but here you can see I'm getting there quite nicely. So looking forward to building up the reps on this as well, because it's quite hard to add weight to it. So next exercise was a box jump from a drop, so from a heighted drop. And this is something that I struggled with quite a bit because you're not meant to jump off the first box. It's literally just a drop. So I'm just putting in the reps here that I did. These were all back to back. But yeah, this sort of dropping down was actually quite tough. And I think it is because these boxes are soft. If it was a firm surface, I think it would be a lot easier. Next up was box jumps on one leg. So single leg box jumps, which again, felt pretty good. These were quite fun to do. And yeah, definitely something I'm going to be doing in the future. So again, the box being soft made it hard to land at times. So like it was a bit wobbly, and especially these foamy running shoes made it quite tough as well. But happy with the power I've got in my legs, to be honest. I think it's pretty decent. And then to finish off with, I just did some standard box jumps, both legs. Nothing too high. I can definitely get a fair bit higher than this, so I kept it controlled. And again, these were pretty fun to do, and I'll definitely look to improve those in the future and see how high I can actually jump, because I think I'm quite good at it in general. So yeah. On the way back home now. Luckily most of this is downhill, so on the way here it sucked because it was all uphill. But now most of it's downhill, so it's okay. Raining now, so just want to get home, get showered and get some food. We have made it home. It started raining on the way back, so I didn't really record much. But yeah, way back was a bit faster because it was mainly downhill. I did some sort of plyometric stuff at the end, tried some of that because that's something my training lacks at the minute. So some kind of single leg jumps, box jumps, landings and that sort of thing. Hopefully that helps out with my legs as well. I can feel my knee now, it's playing up a little bit. I say playing up, it's just the same as usual. I just need to stretch it out now, but hopefully over time it will get better. It's obviously not helping running frequently, but I kind of have to do it now. Because we are 9 weeks out or 8.5 weeks out from the half marathon, so I do need to keep training. Now I've got 2 days rest from legs, so tomorrow is a complete rest day. I've got some bits to do on the business in the morning, and then I've got an evening shift on the gym floor, and then Friday I'll be training push, so legs get a rest again, and then the plan is Saturday to hit the long run. Hopefully we're all good by then. So I just got to focus on my recovery over the next couple of days, and then we'll be all good. It is not looking good. Pre-workout meal is basically all we actually have left in the house, and that is some of this hazelnut crave or craze. It's like the knockoff version, along with a couple scoops of the protein powder and water. So yeah, it's not ideal, but we literally have nothing left in the house right now. The fridge is looking bare, as you can see, boys. Obviously my car is still not working, so I haven't been able to go food shopping. And to be fair, it's actually knocked my routine a bit more than I thought it would have, like just not being able to drive to the gym, not being able to drive to and from work, and not being able to drive to the shops. Yeah, it's knocked me out of routine a little bit, I will say. Okay, it's not too bad. The cereal's good and the protein's good. It's just not great with water. It's usually better with milk. So yeah, I'm going to eat this. And then the plan is, so I'm going to walk to the gym. Because running last time it was so much uphill, it was a lot harder than it should have been. So I'm going to walk to the gym. I've got a push session. And then I'm going to go to the shop, which is near the gym, afterwards to get some bits for dinner and that for tonight. And then run a long way back so I can get a 5k done on the way back, and that should sort of kill everything in one sort of trip. Get my steps done, get my run done, get a bit of food, and get the workout done. So that is the plan. In terms of the car, I did manage to get it booked in now, so I've booked it in for next Wednesday. The only problem was it is booked in with BMW, so it's probably going to cost an arm and a leg.
we're on the run home and it's raining, but the sun's coming out over there, which looks nice. Yeah, it's tough. I bought a fair bit at the shops. This backpack's fucking heavy right now. So we are back from that run home from the gym, and I ended up not doing 5k. I just did the 3k home purely because that backpack was quite heavy and I was feeling it in my joints, like my Achilles, my calves, my ankles. So I assume they're not really fully recovered anyway from like the plyometric stuff I tried the other day. So yeah, they're still a bit achy from that. Plus the added weight, it makes a real difference. I didn't realise it would, but I had all my gym gear in there, plus the stuff I bought in the shop. So I'm guessing it's like 7-8 kilos. So if I was 7-8 kg heavier, it would take a bit of adjusting for my body to get used to running at that weight. So yeah, I didn't want to overdo it. Just did the 3k home, and then yeah, gonna cook up some dinner in a bit. Yes boys, so it is now Sunday. I'm training deadlifts, back, hamstrings, that session that I missed yesterday. So I basically just missed it because I was feeling quite fatigued, tired. The day kind of dragged on. We had to take the girlfriend's car into the MOT, and that took ages, and then ended up needing repairs, and then we had to walk there. I did like 15k steps, so it was a long day, and then I couldn't be bothered to train. So shifted it on over to today. Still got the rest day in between. It just means now I'm going to have to do this in a run back to back, my long run, which is tomorrow. But I think it should be okay. Like, I'm leaving some in the tank here, and it's mainly hamstrings and back that I'm doing, so it shouldn't be too bad. I've been using a deadlift bar today, so it feels a lot nicer. It's a little bit longer, it's got more slack on it. Felt pretty good, to be honest, pretty happy with it. I think I'll start using this from now on. But yeah, in general, I was just quite achy yesterday, like my knee was playing up again. I focused quite heavily on my recovery, so I took an Epsom salt bath, I did a lot of massaging into it, foam rolling, stretching, which also has, funnily enough, made my forearms ache. So I was like really digging into my calf, massaging it, that now my forearms are really aching. And also my shoulders actually. Like I tried those behind the back side raises the other day because I forgot my cuffs. And the actual exercise didn't feel great, but I'm really feeling it in the sides out now, like they're really fatigued. So clearly they worked, so I might carry on doing them. Although yeah, like I said, they felt a bit awkward. It was a bit strange. It's good to try something new every now and then. First set on deadlifts, we went up 10 kilos, we went up to 140 today, matched the reps, got 6 reps, and then kept it a little bit cautious on the second, dropped it down to 130 and got 8 reps, so 2 more than last week. So both sets this week will either improve weight or reps, which is the goal throughout this whole prep. See, look, when I pull here, there's a little bit more slack on the bar. 7 or 8. Oh, fucking hell. That's feeling a lot stronger though. 8 reps and I'm leaving something in the tank on both. So even the 140, I probably had a couple more. Here I had a couple more. So it's good. I'm just trying to be a bit cautious because I do think the knee issue on this right side comes from tightness in my glutes, hamstrings and calves mainly. So obviously stuff like this isn't ideal. I think I'm going to leave the calves out for a while and not train them directly. Same with the tibs. Give them a rest for a few days or the week or so, and then see how we get on. But yeah, I'm meant to have a 12k run tomorrow, so it's quite a long one, my longest on this prep yet. I just don't want to get that tightness in my upper back, and obviously overdo it anywhere else either. Happy with that though, that's good. Next we've got a seated cable row, neutral grip, seated hamstring curl, and then some leg raises, so finish on the abs. And that'll be it, because I'm not doing anything on the tibs.